off, well, those are few and far between as well. For some more perspective on this, though, I want to bring in now Ricky Bell. He's a former FAA employee. Ricky, I know you worked in D.C. Your last position, you were a traffic management officer. No one perhaps knows the situation better than you when it comes to the delicate dance that has to play out here among these particular TRACONs. First of all, TRACON, no one knows what that means who's watching out there. What is the TRACON facility where the fire occurred?
Okay, the fire did not occur at the TRACON. The TRACON stands for Terminal Radar Approach Control. That's what TRACON means. The fire occurred at the En route control center. There are 20 of those throughout the nation, and that oversees the TRACON's airspace, and that's where the problem is. When that fire occurred, they didn't let any airplanes within Chicago Center's airspace. It has taken some time, but now the TRACONs have come together around Chicago Midway and Chicago O'Hare to work these airplanes in. That's why you see airplanes departing and airplanes arriving. They are working low level. As I told Sam earlier, they are working low level. They're staying below the center's airspace. So they are working airplanes in and out. They're en route traffic.
And so, Ricky, the TRACONs, though, they're all going to have to work together. There are 22 of those across the country, so they're the ones that will be handling now the flow in and out of Chicago, correct?
No.
No.
You're confusing the TRACONs with the centers.
Okay.
There are 22 centers around the country. There are plenty of TRACONs. There's a TRACON associated with every airport, and there are thousands of airports throughout the center. The airports that are working with the Chicago TRACON,
okay,
Grand Rapids, Rockford, those close-in airports.
Okay. Now, what's likely to happen first in terms of people getting out? Will those southern routes open first?
Well, they are all opening up. The problem is you only have a couple routes that the airplanes can go in and out of, and a lot of those are head-on, so they're working out mile and trail restrictions to make sure the airplanes do not conflict with each other. The controllers are doing a tremendous job at working these out, and you will see airplanes going south first and to the west and to the east. They're getting out in all directions now, but it is very slow because you're working with mile and trail restrictions, which are requiring the tower to ensure that airplanes going in the same direction stay within 30 or 40 miles from each other.
So passengers en route to places like Atlanta, Florida will likely be getting out perhaps before some of those headed east or westbound. Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that they all will be getting out. They will just be getting out in different directions at different times.
Okay. Okay. Now, one more question, though, Ricky. The weather situation. Clear weather across the country, obviously, I would think that would be helpful.
That is correct. Clear weather across the country would be helpful. However, we do have a situation that we had a problem in Detroit, but Detroit has opened up and cleared up now. So the clear weather throughout the country will help the situation. It will not prevent airplanes from the Chicago airports from departing to go to those.
Yeah, one less problem to add to the mix. Ricky Bell with the FAA, former FAA traffic management officer. Thank you so much for your perspective. Ricky, obviously breaking down some of the minutia in all of this.
Very confusing.
Which, you see these words thrown around, and I think most people would think, well, if this didn't happen at the airport, why does it matter?
Right. Yeah.
But I think he pointed out in a very easy way to understand why it does matter, and it's really just that airspace above the airports.
They're monitoring both those airports. All right, I want to thank you.
Thanks, Julie.
All right, Julie Martin with us right now. And